using the joystick control. We're going to back out of the boathouse. Again, this isn't an exact science, but with the joystick control and a computer controlling what the drives are doing without the use of a bow thruster. Now I'm hugging the starboard side where I can see a little better than the port side. But you can see how gently the boat is moving. I barely touch the joystick control, and the boat really responds. You can maybe be able to see the boathouse behind us. If we just went straight out, we would maybe touch it with the amount of space that's between the two boathouses. But it's such an easy touch on this control. So we take the boat out, we can spin it around, we can speed it up as you see, or we could stop it just as quickly. Now we'll bring her back in, bring her around. So it is as soft or as aggressive as you'd like it to be. So I used to have a 32, 36, and 42-foot Grand Banks. And my 32-foot Grand Banks had a 124 Lehman in it. And my top speed was a little over 7 knots. So if I was running at around 7 knots, I would get probably, and it's hard to measure, but estimated based on fuel consumption, about 2 nautical miles a gallon. So I'm doing 6, and we're doing 6.5 or 1.9. If I just barely back it off to 6.5, we're doing 2 nautical miles a gallon. And again, it's at 8 knots, this boat's doing about 1.7 nautical miles a gallon. That's pretty, it gives you really good range. So you think about this speed, and Jeff, one of the things that is nice about this, it tells you your time to empty, tells you how much fuel is remaining, nautical miles that you can go, and how many hours you have. So at 7.5 knots, we have over 800 nautical miles. Now we have about 98% fuel in the boat. Again, 525 gallons. You do the math, it's really nice range. So if you want to cruise up from here to Alaska, you would have no issues making the trip. So it's just a very nice, efficient running vessel. And it's pretty quiet too, as a matter of fact. So that's it. Fast, fun. I think the Sabre 48 is not only a great couples boat, but it's a great boat to take friends with you. Easy for a person to handle. And if you need a little extra help, your cruising partner can jump in. But it's really a nice boat all the way around. So with that, I'm sure Jeff's going to have to edit this because I rambled on a lot. We can't wait to welcome you aboard this beautiful boat. Welcome to the engine room in the Sabre 48 Salon Express. Jeff is working the camera up forward. He's sitting next to the Seakeeper 6 gyro system, which we absolutely didn't need today, but we tested the system out and it worked beautifully. So housed in the engine room, mechanical space, as mentioned, the Seakeeper, you have these D8 IPS 700 Volvo IPS drives. And so you can see the engine, and then right behind it, coupled to it, is the IPS drive. Plenty of space to get out and around the engines to service both sides. So don't have to worry if you mirrored image your filters. So there's filters here, filters on the outboard side, and easy to get to. Other things that make it easy in here is the reversal oil change system. That's connected to the main engine, so you can draw the oil out and put it back in, of course. And then behind on either side, there's storage. On the outboard sides, there's Raycor fuel filters. And they'll probably say Parker, Raycor, Volvo, but they're Raycor fuel filter systems. And they're crossover, so you can run one filter, both filters, or either filter if you happen to get bad fuel. I'm standing up like this, so you can see this is not quite stand-up headroom. It's pretty darn close. I mean, for again, you're looking at an express cruiser style vessel with this much space in an engine room. We haven't detailed this engine room, but it's still pretty tidy. We'll do a little bit of dirt debris that's in the bilge, but I mean, that's really all you're going to find in this boat. Now behind Jeff, which he'll have to pan around for later, you're going to find the Victron Energy inverter charger, battery chargers, then your air conditioning system, which is the reverse cycle air heat unit, their Dometic brand. For circulating air in the engine room, after you've shut the engines down, you do have blowers so you can draw air in and push it out. So if you want to cool the engine room down. Here in the Northwest this time of year, it's nice to keep the engine room as warm as possible. And it is pretty warm. It feels like the tropics in here right now. 50 degrees out there and 100 degrees in here. Pretty nice space. But Jeff, as you pan around when I get out of the space, again, you'll see the air system, you'll see the main drive, the Glendinning Cable Master. That's the basket that it all goes into. It's out on the starboard side transom. Really easy to get to. Cord's in great shape. Still looks new. It's not all dirty and grimy like you see on most boats because it lives inside this boathouse. So everything in the boat looks basically brand new. So behind the engines, you have your Volvo IPS drive system. And then, of course, the Cummins, which is an Onan generator. Onans are owned by Cummins Marine. And then aft, you have this is Volvo Penton. It's part of your brain box for your drive system and engines. And then panning around, this boat also has a trimming system. So you do have trim. And there's a controller, there's a little rocker switch that's on the hand controller so you can raise and lower the bow depending on the conditions that you're in. Those are controlled at the main helm station. What you can see here is your deck box. So you have this big storage deck box on the port side of the deck. And it's just nicely finished, good insulation. The boat's pretty quiet when you're running. It's in the low 70s decibel, which is also general conversation level. I'm sure if you put it on me, conversation's 82. Most people it's like 72, and that's the boat's running in that area, that 72 decibel rating. So hot water tanks in here as well. Just a nice clean space. And one of the things for sure, it doesn't smell like a holding tank in this boat. The engine room does not smell like diesel. It's a no mold mildew. It's a very, very clean boat from that respect. The upholstery doesn't look lived in. The floors aren't all beat up. It's really been well maintained, lightly used, but well maintained. So again, 127 hours on these power plants. You got thousands of hours ahead of you of enjoyment. So if you look at a 2019 for $1,250,000, and the boats are worth what they ask for as a new boat, but you look at a new boat versus a boat that's 6 years young with no hours on it, this is a real bargain in the marketplace. There's other great Sabres out there too. They're all really well-made vessels. So get a chance, reach out to us if you want to see this boat, and we'll get you aboard Sing Song. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.